But let's have a big hand for Vince Saunders.
Alright. So, hello everybody. Hello. How are you feeling tonight? Good. So, happy birthday Eddie, boss. Hey. I'm so delighted to be here, really. Appreciate it. Thank you Amanda for asking me to come here and make a few jokes. I heard some juicy stories about Eddie. No. Well, I heard that you are a good taxi driver when your daughters drank a bit too much. You used to drive them to a safe place, so you're... Yeah. Good. And I heard you're called Boss. Is that correct? Boss? Yeah, good. Well, you look like a boss, so I'll call you a boss as well. Good. So it's a beautiful place here. I just, I'm limited by this mic lead, so if I go a bit too close, everything might collapse. I'm not sure. No, it's beautiful. I love football. I love football canteens. So this used to be a place where, when the football was after the match, people would drink their beer here. Is that good? Yeah. Well, my name is Vincent Sanders, and often when I say that to people, like, "Hi, I'm Vincent Sanders," and then they say, "Oh, nice to meet you, Sander." And I'm like, "What?" It's so challenging for some people to listen. And I'm originally, maybe you hear it in my accent. Originally, I'm from Holland. Yes. Yeah. And so some people ask, why did you come from Holland to? Well, we used to live in Amsterdam, and why did you choose Newton Abbot? Because I live in Newton Abbot. Yeah, I can hear some people know Newton Abbot as well. Who has never been to Newton Abbot over here? Oh, you've never been to Newton Abbot? Good. You didn't miss much. No, but why did I came to Newton Abbot? Well, in Amsterdam, when you see everything and you're like, well, where shall I go now? London, Tokyo, Milan, or Newton Abbot? Well, I chose Newton Abbot, of course, because I wanted some excitement. And I love family get-togethers like this. My family love to get together too. It's like we love to eat and meet, But then these days, a lot of people don't eat meat. I don't know if you've noticed that there are lots of like vegetarians and vegans and and also when my family get together, it's a bit confusing, especially when a new family member comes in. When one of the ladies has a new boyfriend, the whole family is looking at him like, and then they always look a bit nervous, like, oh, hello, hi, nice to meet you. I don't eat meat. I mean, it's so strange that the word meat, how did it came about? That language was created at one point, right? Created by people. And how is it possible that meat means the same as meat? You meet somebody, but then you eat meat as well. And then you say, hi, nice to meet you. Sorry, I don't eat meat. But see, so at some point people had created language, and then maybe it was just the end of the day. Oh, it's nearly 5 o'clock. Which word did we do? We just did meat, when you meet somebody, but we also have a part of an animal that you can eat. But I want to go home. You know what? Let's just use the same word. Nobody will notice. And now still we're all using the same word for meeting people and eating meat. It's funny. The same with, I was going on a Gumtree, to sell something. Anybody ever sold something on Gumtree or on Facebook? No, anyway, I was selling a cupboard. And then somebody came to look at my cupboard and the doorbell rang and he said, hello, I'm here to look at your chest. And I was like, sorry, chest? Yes, I'm here to look at your chest, We have an appointment. I was like, what? My chest? I didn't know the word of chest. I thought he came to look at my chest. I was like, okay. Look at this. And he said, no, your chest of drawers. Oh, sorry, yes, come in. And then you have a total stranger coming into your house, and it's quite a strange experience. Because I feel like, making a cup of tea for him, but no, it's quite like, no, this is the chest. Do you want it? No, thank you. Okay, see you later. And the same with nuts. The other day I was making something like a tent, and I needed lots of bolts and nuts. And then somebody came like, hey, do you have a nut for me? And then I was like, whoa, yeah, this is a nut, but what about the peanut? Or, it's the same word, means something else. But anyway, I'm losing the story a bit. But it's about family. My family loves to eat and meet. And there's something about free stuff. To me, especially when I was a kid, I came to the family and it felt like everything was free. So I ran to the candy and just ate as much candy as I could, like ha ha ha, together with all the other kids. You know, we're just like cheeky in the corner and we could stay up late and it was so much fun, family get-togethers. And when I grew a bit older, it changed from candy into beer. Oh yeah, we got together, just lots of beer. And then later for me it changed into food. And you know, every family has somebody like who loves to talk a lot, and somebody who loves to eat a lot, and somebody who's always laughing, and somebody who always has little problems. So I don't know if you have that in the Rivers family as well. So who would you say is the one who always loves to talk a lot? Everyone. Oh, that must be a nice family. Yeah. Yeah. So well, I was always the one who ate a lot, and then you know when there was a buffet like this, you know the moment everyone got in, everyone was so excited about the buffet. Ran towards the buffet. Oh, get all the food, as much food as you can. And I always had this little voice inside me who was worried that there wasn't enough food for me. So, don't eat everything. Don't eat everything. That's how I felt inside. But on the outside I was smiling like, oh yeah, it's so nice. Yeah. Oh, great. Don't eat everything. Leave some for me. And then I always took way too much on my plate. And all this food, this all belongs to me. And it was like I turned into, like I was in jail or something, or I just came from a war zone and I didn't have food for months, just eating like, And then halfway I discovered like, oh no, I've got way too much. And then I discovered that everybody had the same. And then they all came to look for me, so hey, would you like some more food? You know, it was they treat me like a bin. You know, and some called me Vincent as well. But it's okay, I love food and it's okay that everybody loves something else. Like, what do you love, Bos?
Family.
Oh, did you say family? Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, well that's amazing. So I don't know, did your family sing for you already? Yeah, well shall we do it one more time? Yeah, let's do it one more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Let me see those hands. Happy birthday, dear Bos. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. And I also heard something from Amanda that you love going to the swimming pool. And you enjoy going into the jacuzzi as well. Yeah.
Who told you that?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I was in Bath recently and I sat in the jacuzzi. I was in the bath. I was
What
in.
are you doing in the bath?
I was sitting next to you, I thought.
Nobody comes in and asks.
Oh, no.
It's all mine.
It's all yours, yes, that's it. You would like to take, you know, this is your jacuzzi, your bath, and nobody gets in. And anyone who comes close, you don't have to say anything, you just give him the look.
Just move around.
Just move around. It's like you give them the I would call it the stare down. The Conor McGregor look. Don't come in this jacuzzi. But you might attract some different kind of people then. Now it's funny because my family my parents used to love to take me to the swimming pool and I love to use the jacuzzi as well. And when I notice the moment I enter the swimming pool, the way I walk changes into this. Yes, the swimming pool. And even my father, and even, you know, it doesn't matter what age you are, when you are a man and you're at the swimming pool, you are excited. It's the swimming pool. And I always had one eye on the jacuzzi. Oh, there's nobody in. Quick, there's jacuzzi. And I jumped in, and there I was. Oh. And so I know that feeling, Bos, that you want to be there by yourself. You know, because it feels just like it's a bit too close when somebody else enters your space. A stranger, a total stranger, suddenly sits with you in the jacuzzi. Especially when you're a man. Suddenly you're sitting in the jacuzzi with another man. Romantically looking at each other. Trying to look tough, so the other one leaves. But you know, in Holland you have different kind of jacuzzis. It can be dangerous to look that way towards a man. I tell you, yeah. You don't want to be in that kind of jacuzzi. So I believe it's safer here. Yeah, but anyway, it's like in public spaces when you come into a bus, for example. It's the same feeling. Say the bus is empty, there's just one person sitting there. You never go and sit next to that person, isn't it? Because you don't know that person. And again, there's this look, one look, and you look into each other's eyes, and that says everything. Okay, I'm not gonna sit next to you. Stay calm, okay? I'm just gonna sit 1, 2, 3 rows in front, and you will not see me again. So what if you just do an experiment, and you just go into the bus, and there's one person there, you're gonna sit right next to that person. Hello! And the other person is like, hello? Do I know you? No? But this place is empty, isn't it? Yes. You know, yes. And he just starts looking out of the window as if you don't exist. And the same when you meet people, when you meet new people. Like when I came in here, I wanted to congratulate Bos, although it's strange because I never met him. But still, I'm happy to be here, and I really wish you all the best for your birthday. And there's this moment that you give each other a hand, and it's not sure, like, I felt like giving you a hug, but then I don't know you, so it was between a hand and a hug. And then you get strange situations, you know, you meet somebody, and some people are very clear. Nice to meet you. Yes, nice to meet you too. And others are like, they wanna, you know, they are the huggers. And I'm sometimes a bit more like this. And some people don't care about that. They just jump on you, and they just give you a hug. Nice to meet you. And I'm like, oh yeah, nice to meet you too. See, and that's so funny. Recently I met this guy, he was a surf dude. And I'm always looking like, is it a hand or is it a hug? I'm trying to figure out what the other person is trying to do, so I can flow with that. So there was this surf dude, and he came to, hey man, and he did this. And I thought, oh, I thought that was actually that he did this for a hug. But he meant this cool handshake, you know, cool, because he was cool. And I always try to be cool as well, although I don't feel that way most of the time. So I tried to give him a hug, and then his hand got stuck between my hug, like, oh. And he was like, oh, hello. And that was our first encounter, like, hey. And I said, hey, nice to meet you. And he said, I'm vegan. And I said, sorry? It was his most awkward situation ever. What? See, so misunderstanding happens very, very fast. And that's the beauty of life. I enjoy things like that, you know, because that makes life fun. Imagine if everything was perfect. You knew exactly what was going to happen. There was never a surprise. Life would be boring, right? Yeah, so the unknown is great. I love the unknown. And I just have a little bit of water. See, this is not wine. Maybe it looks a bit like a wine bottle. But it's gin. Yeah. So anyway, I like shopping as well. You know, not many men like shopping. I do like shopping, especially in Newton Abbot in the home bargain. Oh, who knows the home bargain? Yeah, you know what it is? It's like free stuff is good. You know, free stuff is nice, but maybe even nicer, cheap stuff. When you go to the home bargain, it's like, wow, everything is so cheap. And that's why it's always so busy. And I came there and I had one thing that I had to get. It was cat food. You know, and I had to make a list, because otherwise I forget. I just come in there and I'm like, what did I do again? See, I'm a man, so I need a list. And then on the list was cat food. So I came into the home bargain and I walked in and suddenly, oh, I also need, toothpicks. They're only 69p. Put them in my basket and I walked on, a doormat. I already have a doormat, but this one is only $2.39. You know, I might bring it as well, you know, a new doormat, that would be nice. Oh, wait, what's this? Scissors. Oh, wow, I already have scissors, but this one is a different color, and it's slightly bigger, and it's only 97p. Bring it along as well. And I was walking on, and more things were going into my basket. Oh, what's this? A duster. Oh, I never use a duster anyway, but this one is a telescopic duster. And suddenly I saw myself in my house dusting, you know. I never do that, but it was only £1.50. I can't leave it for that price, you know. Maybe I have to start dusting. A telescopic duster, a telescopic duster. Na 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 na. and you need all these things that you're not aware of. The moment you walk in there, oh, I need all these things, like the telescopic duster. No, I needed cat food. I nearly forgot. And then I walked, and suddenly I saw, oh wow, kitchen rolls. Kitchen rolls. And then something strange happened. Because the make of this, the brand was called Buffalo. What? Buffalo. That's the make of the kitchen rolls. Yeah, that's what I did as well in the home bar game. Huh? And I have to be honest, I studied marketing for 5 years. I learned how to sell a product. And I saw this packaging and I just knew that people who had been studying like me 5 years and they had been, to job interviews and to procedures, and they had this team of 10, maybe 15 people trying to create the branding of this product. And then imagine this whole department is working there and they're struggling. They paid so much money to get there. And they have team meetings like, we have kitchen rolls, but how are we going to call our brand? And they struggle to find this. And then suddenly in a meeting, one guy stands up. I know it. Buffalo. And another guy stands up. Of course, always when I clean my kitchen, the first thing I think of is a buffalo. Boo! I want to clean the kitchen like a buffalo. Moo! Moo! What's a buffalo got to do with a kitchen towel? And for those who don't believe me, I've got evidence. It's true. Here. Buffalo, kitchen towels. It's true. I don't believe, it's like Bob Marley. Buffalo soldier. Yeah, but people can create anything. That's what I learned. You can create anything around anything. You can make kitchen towels into buffaloes. And I wanted it. I bought it. You see, I couldn't resist it. So, ooh, I need this. Yeah, I need a buffalo in my kitchen. Yeah, it's only £1. So I took it. And then I was at the cat food. And okay, they had all sorts of cat food. They had a whole cat food department. And I was like, whoa, some people in Africa, they don't have food. And here we have a whole shop with a whole row full of food for cats. And I was like, wow, we have such a luxurious world. And on the other side was food for dogs. And I was like, which one shall I take? They had all these fancy names. It was like Jamie Oliver had been cooking for these cats. It was like shrimp paste toujours. Or shall I go for the tuna melt cheese on top for cats? Wow. And I looked at the other side and that was for dogs as well. It was like, but this was more like Gordon Ramsay had made the risotto for dogs. You call this risotto? I wouldn't even give it to me dog. Gordon Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen, he's always talking about the risotto. You call that risotto? So this was like Gordon Ramsay, and everything he had been, shitting on came into the home bar game for the dog. And all these foods, and I didn't know which one to take. And I just took a random one. And something came to me that, I don't know, you have to help me in this one. Like, there are two sayings about dogs. You say, when something is really amazing, do you say dog's bollocks? Is that true? Is that true? Yeah? So when you really appreciate something, you say, oh, that's dog's bollocks. Is that correct? I'm just trying to learn to improve my English here, and because you're all so good at language.
Don't learn too much.
Don't learn too much. See, so when you say something is really bad, it's like, oh, bollocks. Yeah, but when it's really good, it's like, oh, dog's bollocks. But maybe you can help me. What's so good about dog's bollocks? I mean, I often see them when a dog comes in like, and they're just at the back, just moving along. And then what's so great about it? I mean, it's great that they're there, but then how did this expression came about? Anybody? No idea. No. It's great. I love it. It's dog's bollocks. Definitely going to use that one more often. And that's what I found out last week. See, I've been here 5 years and I love it so much. It's such a beautiful language, amazing people like you all. I see so many smiling faces and I just want to appreciate you all for your smiles. And I want to ask you something, to just take a little pause and just smile at somebody who's sitting next to you. Just look and just smile. Share a smile with someone. Oh, hello. Yeah. And then don't forget the other neighbor on the other side too. Look at somebody and smile. Hello. Yeah, good. Good. So, what's your name? Sue. Oh, wow. And who were you smiling to? Anybody? Wow. Yeah, good. So who was smiling at Sue? Were you smiling at Sue? Everybody. Yeah, good. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Now find somebody new and smile at somebody else. That's it. Quickly find someone. Oh, your most amazing smile. Yeah. Good. So, oh yeah, boss, you're popular, yeah. So, are those your 3 daughters, or you have 4 daughters, isn't it? Are they all here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, Sue as well. Oh, wow, amazing. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. So, how are you feeling about your father's 80th birthday? Good. Dog's bollocks, yeah. Oh yeah, balls, yeah. Dog's bollocks. Yeah, no, I really hope that when I'm 80, I hope I will be looking like you with such a beautiful smile, with a beautiful family. 4 daughters, that must be, your feminine side must be developed very well. Oh, good. Oh, good. And anyway, I was still at home bargain, and I went to the till and I paid for everything. And then I had to go to Asda. You know Asda, Newton Abbott? Yeah, oh woo! I hear a fan. Oh yeah, I love Asda. It's my favorite shop in Newton Abbott. I'm always excited to go to Asda. It's like a commercial for Asda. No. I had to go to Asda, but first you always need to put money in for the parking lot. So I parked my car, and there I was, and I needed to put £1, just £1 with me. That was all. And I put it in, and it came out again at the bottom. You know, the machine wasn't taking my coin. I put it in, came out. I put it in, came out again. And it was a Saturday, so behind me people were queuing up. And they were just gently letting me know that they were impatient. Without words, they were just standing behind me like... looking at their watch, and there were 4, 5, 6, more and more people. And I was like putting this coin, and I wanted to let them know, like, but I didn't know these people personally, so I had a different way of speaking to them, like, it's not taking my coin, the machine is not working. You know, everything goes by machine these days. You go to the Asda inside, there's a till. It's not a person, it's a machine that helps you with your groceries. So I was there with this machine, like, what's happening? And these people were more and more, like 5, 6, they were waiting. And then out of nowhere, sometimes you have these situations that a total stranger comes in and helps you. That's what happened to me. Like an angel on my shoulder, because I was like, felt so guilty for taking time from all these people. So I put in this coin, and then this guy came standing just a bit too close to me, so I felt somebody was there, and I looked. At first he didn't say anything, he just looked at me with a wise look. And he said, "Do you know what I always do when I have this kind of thing?" I said, was like the whole world disappeared. No. I lick it. Lick that coin. And I was like, what? And at first I thought maybe I'm not hearing it well. Maybe he's talking about Bitcoin. I said, "Do you mean Bitcoin? Are you investing in Bitcoin?" "No, lick that coin right now." And I was thinking about all the bacteria on this coin. It might have been on the toilet floor, you know? You never know who had your pound coin. And I was like, no, I don't want to lick it. No. That's how I felt. But on the outside, I was just quiet, looking at him. Really? And then the whole queue was still there. They were all standing there like, oh, is he gonna do it? What do you think? I'm betting a tenner that he's not gonna do it. Oh yeah, I think he's gonna do it. It was like there were spectators there. And then everything went in slow motion. I was like, no. And this guy was like, lick that coin. take it. In the parking lot of Asta, here I was licking a £1 coin. And 10 people watching me and they're saying, oh, he did it. Nasty guy. And I said, okay. And then I tried to put it in and still everything went in slow motion. It was like I was hearing everything like. That's how it fell into the machine. And then it worked! Yes! So I took out my parking ticket and I felt like doing a moonwalk, Michael Jackson style. But nobody cheered on, everyone was just like, ah yeah, happy, go away, you go away. And I was so happy. And I realized that again, a total stranger was giving me some advice. But I was listening to fear. That fearful voice was saying, don't do it, don't do it. But what if if he said, lick it? Oh yeah, why not? Oh, thank you, and it worked, you know? I would have more energy to do my shopping. So I came in Asta and I needed 2 things. I needed a toothbrush and I needed toilet paper. And I always feel slightly uncomfortable when I have to get toilet paper. I don't know about you, but always when I stand there, there's so much choice. And then I'm always a bit worried that I meet somebody, like a colleague from work, or I'm always just looking like, okay, quick, grab it. You know? But then I wasn't sure which one to take. They have so many choices. You have like budget rolls in the lowest section. They look a bit grayish, like sandpaper. And then you have like the top shelves is like Andrax, with a beautiful little white fluffy puppy. Woof! On the packaging, woof, woof. And I find that a bit disturbing. How do we get from a beautiful little innocent fluffy puppy? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, do you agree with me? It's not nice to have a little fluffy puppy on the packaging of a toilet paper. What if it was the other way around? I go to get some dog food and suddenly there's a toilet on the dog food. Huh? No, that wouldn't be right. But suddenly with toilet paper, everybody wants. You know, and I chose for the budget roll. But when I came home and I used it, I actually was thinking about the puppy. Oh, I wish I got the other one. Yeah. You know, I was thinking about a little white innocent puppy that just jumped out of the packaging, woof, woof, ready to come and help me. But no, you know, and that's the thing, that people like to make things a bit nicer than it actually is. You know, when you buy a pizza, there's a pizza on the box. When you buy shampoo, there's hair on the packaging. But when you buy toilet paper, there's a little puppy on the packaging. It's a bit misleading, isn't it, I find? So anyway, I chose one and I was holding it under my arm, hoping that I wouldn't meet anybody familiar. You know, otherwise I had to explain like, oh yes, you know, it's, I mean, everybody does it, but I still feel a bit strange admitting it to you, that I actually use, go to the toilet. Slightly uncomfortable. Yeah, why is it so uncomfortable? Everybody does it, it's not strange. It's just a part of nature. So I also needed a toothbrush, and there I was at the toothbrush department, and there was so much choice. There were like hard toothbrushes, soft toothbrushes, medium toothbrushes, extra medium toothbrushes, extra soft, and I was like, which one do I need? What size is my mouth? Well, I have a medium t-shirt, so I'll take a medium. Take a medium toothbrush, yeah, I think that's what I need. So I went home, and yeah, I was excited. I'm always happy when I have a new toothbrush, you know, I like to use it very well. And I wanted to open it. And I don't know how you are with packaging. Anybody recently tried to open the toothbrush packaging? Some people are like, no. And others are like, yes, yes. Well, I tried because I wanted to brush my teeth. And it went a bit like this. Nothing happened. Couldn't open it. Couldn't open it. It was like I was fighting a snake in the bathroom by myself. And how do I open this toothbrush packaging? What do I do? You know what? And then I had it open. And I felt like King Arthur in a sword. I I felt like going to, to Helen, my partner, to say, yes, I did it. I opened the toothbrush packaging. But, there was nothing. It was like a little moment by yourself when nobody's there to watch you and you do something legendary. And I'm 31 and I started to get a bit worried because my mom always says, my mom is in her 70s and she says like, I always struggle so much opening packaging from things and I'm really getting old. And I always say to her, Mom, it's okay, I can always help you. But then I couldn't open the toothbrush packaging anymore. I'm like, what? I'm 31, does it mean I'm getting old? What if I would be 90 and I didn't have teeth and I wanted to brush? I didn't have teeth to open them. And I gave her. Nothing happened. And I needed to get my false teeth to open it. Like, and then put the false teeth in and brush them. And I always make strange faces when I brush my teeth. Like, yeah. See, so all these things I'm not aware of all these things, but so yeah, toothbrushing is something amazing. I try to do it every day, although sometimes I forget. Yeah. Some people have that as well. They're like, yeah, me too. Well, let me tell you, especially for the young children around here, toothbrushing is very important. Yeah. How do you feel about that, boss? Very right, yeah. So anyway, I heard that you also love football. Arsenal is your club. Is that the Gunners? Yeah. I did my homework. Arsenal. Do you know Dennis Bergkamp? No. You've seen him making some nice goals. Yeah. And how do you feel about Manchester? Ooh. Sorry, am I allowed to say the M-word in here? There's some Man United fans outside. No, okay. Well, anyway, I'm from Holland, and who remembers the World Cup this summer? Who remembers the World Cup? England did so well, and Holland wasn't even in there. So I decided to support England. Oh, I had the best time of my life. Yeah, especially when England played Sweden. You remember that one? Yeah. That was beautiful. And I actually decided to get some friends over from Holland to Manchester to say, I said, let's go to Manchester and watch the game in a football pub over there. And I had never been to Manchester, I was used to Devon. So I came there in that pub and I heard the match start. The mic is still working. The match starts at 3. So make sure you are there at 12. I said, what? 3 hours? Why 3 hours? Well, I found out when I came there that at 12 o'clock the pub was packed already with like 300 blokes. Really rough looking, tattoos in their neck, really like, and I came in there like, I felt a bit intimidated. And then I was like, whoa, what if England loses? They might think I'm Swedish. I better pretend I'm one of them. This is Manchester, Manchester. And I did my best to be one of them. And it was quite nice, I enjoyed myself. But the further I got in the pub, the bigger the beers. In Holland we just have beers about this size. But there, this big, bigger. And at one point they were drinking towers. And in the back I thought I saw beer drinking a guy. Like, and I had this idea, why don't we just create jacuzzis with beer? So all the hooligans can just sit in jacuzzis with straws. And it will save a lot of hassle by the bar and they're just in their jacuzzi. That would be fun. I would love to create that. So anyway, I was in there and all these guys looked so rough. And then suddenly, the biggest of them all, he looked scary. I don't want to meet him in an alley in the nighttime. And suddenly he was holding his beer and he started singing. So who knows the band Atomic Kitten? Who knows Atomic Kitten? Oh yeah, woo! And then he was singing and he started singing. Looking back on where we first met, I cannot escape and I cannot forget. And he was looking at another rough guy, looking in his eyes, and they're both looking at each other like, baby, you're the one, you still turn me on. Na 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 na. And And I was like, wow, this is beautiful. That's why they come to the pub already 3 hours before the match, because they want to express themselves, their feminine side. That's what they're looking for. And they're all hugging each other, and it's like, hey, you right, mate? Yeah, mate. How you, mate? And it's like they're mating, like, hey, mate. And I was like, wow.
I must have missed the match.
Yeah, yeah, the match didn't. Yeah, the match hadn't even started. It was all happening before the match. But anyway, this was actually not what I wanted to tell you, because I needed to go to the toilet at one point. I had a great time, and then I needed to go to the toilet. Well, and I don't know how, in women's toilets, I've never been there, but I guess you have your own space with a door, with walls, and you can just close it, and you just have privacy, isn't it? I think so. I've never had a look, but I suppose that's how it is there. But in men's toilets, it's different. I'm looking at the men here. In the pub, there's just like a wall. And there's water flowing over the wall, and it's like they call it a urinal. And just there are guys just being against the wall next to each other, like, ah. And people talk about privacy on Facebook these days. What about privacy in a men's toilet? That's much more important than digital privacy. So I went in there, and normally there was space for about 4 guys. Okay? But there were 6, and they were huge. They're all standing there, and I was like, okay. I was waiting for my turn, and the whole room was full of rough guys, and then finally it was my turn, so I squeezed my way in, like, whoo, sorry, sorry. And there I was, and it was my turn to pee, finally, and after all this waiting. And then, it didn't happen. Nothing happened, it wasn't coming, and I was there doing my best, like, and next to me was this huge guy saying, and I felt like, and another guy there, and nothing happened. And I don't know if any of the guys here has it as well. When you feel too much tension, it's just like, it's just like not enough space. I see some few are nodding like, yeah, I know that. And I was like, okay, what shall I do? Maybe I just look up. So I look at the ceiling, and there was a poster. See, they're smart, these marketeers. There was a poster, and there was like a very sad looking man on the poster. It was like, he was saying, do you also have erection problems? And I was like, what? Not this also? And I felt like, they're so sneaky, these things. They come in at all these moments, and I was like, no, this poster's also not helping me. And I looked down, and then, again, somebody out of nowhere came to help me. Yeah. Like an angel on my shoulder again. But before he said something, suddenly I felt like a sneeze. I had to sneeze, like I was trying to pee, like, when the sneeze doesn't, when it's nearly coming, like, ha. And this guy next to me thought I was talking to him. He was saying, oh yeah, this is Manchester, mate, and I was like, ha. He was like, yeah. And the guy next to me, he thought something else was happening. So my sneeze wasn't coming, my pee wasn't coming, and he thought I was coming. He was like, what are you doing? And I was like, ha. And then that guy standing behind me said, he was like an angel, he said, just whistle a song. Just whistle something, that helps. And I was like, what? Whistle something? I'm trying to pee. What has whistling got to do with peeing? Well, I might as well try. Which song? Oh yeah, no one. And suddenly, all these guys knew this song. So they were standing next to me, and they started to sing along. Looking back on where we first met, I cannot escape and I cannot forget. And the whole toilet saying, yeah baby, you're the one, you still turn me on. And then finally, my pee came because I was relaxing. So that was the thing, that when you're tense, nothing flows. Isn't it? When you're tense, nothing flows. Like a river. And you're all called the family rivers. So I really hope that your family will keep flowing, growing, and keep flowering like beautiful plants next to the rivers. Because everybody loves to live close by the river. Because everything grows. Isn't it, boss? See, so this is what you've created. The river of Bos is flowing into the whole family. Yes. So one big applause for Bos and the whole Rivers family. Thank you so much. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Amanda. Yeah, thank you. All right, so it's time for some music. Yeah, there it is. So everybody, come, let's dance.